Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they ride. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone, and that includes you. Who are you to tell me how to live life? In these times it feels like nobody's right, yeah. So I'ma figure out what else we succeed, and then invest all of my time into that and proceed. I need whatever the hell could make me happy, and I don't think you have a clue what could that be. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I think this life could be special if I get rid of the devils. They think that I am a rebel, I think they want me to settle. There's nobody on my level. They think that work is too stressful, I think that work is essential. The grind is all in your mental, and I don't think you understand what I'll go through just to be in control of my life soon. All the negativity, man, I'm immune. I don't really need a mask with all I've been through. I've been making changes for the ages. 5-10 year plans are contagious. I attack that shit, I'm tenacious. And if you ain't, get the fuck out of my way then. Got want life, I won't regret it. I will fight until I get it. I'll look back one day from heaven and say, damn, I learned some lessons. And say, damn, I had no questions. I had fun in every second, and the journey was a blessing, yeah. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing.
Get those wonderful toys.
All right, guys, we are live at 5 Central here. All right, guys, thank you for joining in with us on another special presentation of 99 Problems, but a Toy Ain't One. I'm your host, the Gandalf, actually the Dumbledore, whose door is always open. Gandalf without the gray or the white, because I'm all black. Jordy LaForge, captaining this enterprise, and the People's Podcaster. I am Left Eye Ego. Today we are joined by just simply the Collector, guys. The Colossus of Collectors himself, Roman of the Empire. How are you doing this evening, sir?
I am well. Thank you for having me back. I had such a good time last time. I'm looking forward to this discussion as well.
Right, all right. Let's go ahead and get to it. I cannot wait to see what we've actually wound up collecting since the last time we talked, which is about maybe 4 weeks ago on this one.
Yeah, it's been about a month.
Yeah, so a lot can happen between that time in terms of our collections. But before we get to all that, what we'll do is we'll go and just adjust the chat. We got Angry Canadian on his way to class saying, let's go. Good sir. Thank you again for joining us on the commute. What should we call it? Can Ego get through this without breaking anything? I hope so, guys. I literally, I drove 2.5 hours one way from work to get here. It's been a lot going on, and I was trying to show Roman one of the toys I had, and I dropped it in the stand, broke. So yes, I hopefully can get through the rest of this without breaking anything.
Ego needs a lot of credit for this stream. He risked his life to be here to share these things with you today, folks. So please take that into consideration when you're watching the stream.
Please do. Yes, but yeah, I was like, my wife, my phone was actually breaking up, and my wife didn't have a time for an upgrade on her phone, so I said, hey, you get the upgrade, we'll switch phones. And I told the lady at the AT&T store, I said, hey, will my calendar track over to the phone from my wife? She's like, oh, sure, definitely it will. I transferred it over. Everything that I kept in my schedule is gone. And so Roman messages me on Monday. He's like, hey, you still up for the stream tonight? I'm like, this would happen. So we had to reschedule it for today because I left everything at the house and I had to race over here in time. So I told him I literally got here 30 minutes before the stream started. So yeah, be patient with us as we try to wrap everything around while we do this. Thank you again. But yeah, I mean, as far as the stream that we've got for to you guys today, we're basically just kind of talking about any updates we've had in terms of our collection since the last time that we talked. Our craziest toy stories, and the current state of I guess the toy collecting world at large.
Yeah.
So first things first, Mr. Roman. Everyone wants to know, what have you collected since the last time we talked?
Okay, so I'm gonna share a couple things here.
Yes.
Let me do this. So I've got the stuff that I have in hand. Then I have some stuff that I want to show you that I have on order, because as you know, that's how I get most of my stuff. I pre-order things and then they come. So as far as physically in the studio of the Empire here, and this is the one that you talked me into getting this figure.
Yes.
The Black Adam from the Page Punchers McFarlane line. And this is a real sturdy figure. It's just the design is real nice. This is, of course, the comic book Black Adam, not the movie
Yes.
Black Adam. And this is definitely my preferred version of it. It's funny though, because I got him next to my other figures, and dude seems a little short. Seems a little short. I don't know why.
He
I'm
does.
like, that's peculiar. And this is the other like new crazy thing that I got, and this is the gun.
Oh yeah, Gunslinger Spawn.
Man,
How is that?
this one is fantastic. There is nothing about this figure I don't like. The detail, even going down to his belt buckle, the spurs, the handles of his guns is just impressive.
It came with more with one. Oh, did that come with
So
the
he's
gun?
got the 6 shooters come out, and then he's got the Gatling gun as well.
Man, you're convincing me to buy one too. Now I'm gonna put that on the list.
Yeah, this one popped up and it was like on sale. Again, you gotta look for sales when these things happen. It was like $17 on sale at Amazon. So
okay. If y'all see me looking down, I'm putting that to the list now.
Because the thing is, and we talked about this, is if you don't find these things, you end up paying $40 for the same figure on eBay. Unfortunately. So let me. let me blow this up.
I'm looking at this. There's two of them here. It's weird. Like one's 1708 and the other's like 34.95. Do you know what the difference would be?
I have absolutely no idea.
Okay.
There shouldn't be a difference, but
that's what I thought. All right, for another time, I guess. On there, what were you trying to show?
Okay. So I wanted to show this isn't a new figure, but this is what I wanted to show because I liked the similarities that McFarlane incorporated into the Spawn figure from this. So this is Batman as designed by Todd McFarlane. So it's not, this is not a DC version. This is a McFarlane specific variant. But what he's got on the gauntlets, just like with the Spawn figure, he's got the spike thing going on. And it's a neat figure. And I just thought, they're not dissimilar. They're not the same, but you can tell that the same mind went into the creative process. And again, this also has just tons of detail on it.
No, that's cool. That's very, very nice. I like that, especially when you get someone that actually has a mind for creating these action figures, gets his hand on the properties and puts his own spin on it. So that is awesome. As far as mine, guys, I think you saw one of these that I posted. First one I got was the actual Kingdom Come Superman.
Now that's from which line, E.G.O?
I don't know. The thing is like it was a loose bin action figure. So at the comic book store that I go to, they'll have action figures in box, and then they'll actually keep them. Oh my God! I'm sorry. Hold on one second. Oh, you guys are gonna love this. Hold on. Big news. My poor wife. When I came, I was like, "Honey, can you go get something for me?" It just wound up coming out of the factory. Hold on one second. I'm gonna stop this.
Right on.
Yes, my wife. I made my poor wife run out to get me one of these. Now that it's finally in, it just so happens that it comes in on this day. Thank you, my love. I'm buying you dinner. Yes, I love you. All right. Hold on. Oh, I'm finally official, guys. Wife. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So awesome. I was geeking out when I saw it, and my wife was like, "Hey, this is my wife's pretty much her idea with getting the outline on here and getting the coloring right."
Oh, I was gonna get like
on there, say that one. I'll say sorry, guys. I'm gonna go back to it, but this is
that's
awesome.
cool. So do you there's a Left Eye E.G.O merch department?
I guess. I mean, I was talking to a guy for
clearly there is.
I guess so. I really should just figure out and start just putting it out there for it. It's just that I had the Heroes No Capes hat, and I was like, well, they was like, do you have your own hat? And I was like, I don't. And they're like, why? And I'm like, I don't know. My wife was the first one to ask me. There's a joke that says once you get married, or once you actually just deal with women in general that like you, it's like having a personal notebook or a lawyer. She'll be like, you don't have your own merchandise, do you? You're like, I don't have my own merchandise. She's like, you should get your own merchandise. I should get my own merchandise. And that's exactly what happened. So like I am Very glad that it came with me. That'll probably be the exclusive one at the next Comic Con. It'll come with hearing aids on there. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm really excited about this. But
That is
anyway,
awesome.
thank you. So it's basically it's Alex Ross's interpretation from Kingdom Come on an
Right.
action figure. And so I
That's
found this like
the Kingdom Come. I have
yeah.
the Green Lantern version.
Yeah. And so I mean I like the fact that for these you can see even saying from a distance that he's really straight pulled back like an actual typical pose and not someone where you'd have to pull the shoulders back to make the chest
Yes,
come out. So and the thing is I found this for like $12
that's
in
great.
like yeah in a
That's
bin
great.
at my LCS. So I've just the minute I saw it, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that it's loose and in good condition and it stands up without actually having to have any kind of stand next to it. So it was a really big good win. The fact that they kind of put articulation and crinkles in the cape is something you don't really
Yeah,
see all that much. They'll make it to where you have lines or creases, but they look like they're
right.
prefabricated and placed just so instead of having, a wrinkle in them like these.
No, and
Uh,
that's a very accurate look of the Alex Ross design. The one that
yes.
I've got sucks. I have a Kingdom Come Superman as well, but it's
Okay.
from the DC multiverse line, and it's
Oh,
fine,
yeah.
but it's not good. If you'll notice, it's not like on the main stage here. I've got it tucked away over on the
Off to the
side
side.
here, flying. It's like it didn't make the cut for the front row.
I
Um,
understand. It's cutthroat out there with these action figures.
it
Some
is
make it, some don't.
there's only so much real estate, and some of them are better than others. So this
Agreed.
that leads me to this one. Now this is an
Okay.
old. This was my son's. I got him this when he was, this is at least 15 years old, maybe more. It's not ancient, but it is.
Oh,
This. Remember we talked about the Mego
yeah,
figures.
amigos. Yeah,
This isn't Mego, but it's similar style to Mego. This actually has. I mean, the hands can open, the hands can shut. The
that's
uniform
really
is
cool.
actually much better than the Mego versions.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, he broke this out. I had to do a little bit of repair work, some stitch work on the costume. I also know how to repair
that's
superhero costumes in case anybody needs anything. Yeah, so this is about a 9-inch figure.
wow.
Bordering on doll, I know, because the clothes don't come off. That's
I
the big difference. That's the big difference between
that is the
dolls and
only
action
difference.
figures.
Only
So
difference.
it is a fabric uniform, but it's not a removable fabric uniform.
Okay,
So,
that is
but it's a
still really
really
cool
nice
though.
just version of Hal Jordan. I don't even know where you could, like I said, I'm sure if you look hard enough, you can find that stuff on the interweb.
I
It's
like the
out
fact
there.
that
But
I like the fact that the hands can open and close because that's a hard find.
yeah,
You either get
it
closed
is,
or
and
semi-open.
this is nice. I don't know if I can get it to focus on the
The
ring.
ring. Yeah,
There we
it's doing it
go.
now.
Yeah, so he's got
Wow,
the Green Lantern ring is there. It's not just a nub on his
that's
finger.
cool.
It's just a very solid figure, and
All right, I
I've
got you.
borrowed that.
I got you. I get the good of the reason that I'm actually in another city on Mondays and Tuesdays, and my wife's generally not with me. Is no one can tell me no to anything I find at the comic book store while I'm there. So, other latest pick was this guy. I got Red
Yeah, I like that.
Lantern. Yeah, Guy Gardner. And the cool thing about this is, besides the actual shot sheen that they put on this, because they did really good when they did the Blackest Night series, all the action figures that came out of this were very highly articulated. But if you look really closely on this one, you can see he's still got his Green Lantern ring while dual wielding the
Oh,
actual Red
nice.
Lantern ring. Right. And so the interesting thing is, my buddy Exhibitor was telling me that the actual issue or the trade that actually features Guy Gardner being a Red Lantern was like $250 right now, which is
Ooh,
strange for it being new 52. Right. It's in the last 7 years. The book itself,
yikes.
just the trade, is over $250. And I think that's why some people want to see James Gunn's version of Supergirl because they're saying that she got popular when they married her a Red Lantern in New 52 because of the angst that she had. For me, I said that makes her kind of overpowered and a little bit boring, but people seem to have vested interest in her. So the action line for the Blackest Night action figures, or even the War of Light action figures, is my top five, if nothing else, for the reason that they're heavily articulated and there's this nice metallic sheen that I haven't really seen anyplace else. But
I
yeah,
have
those
the
are
hot girl
what?
from Blackest Night.
Oh
She's
yeah,
over on she's over on the side though. She's with the other
yeah.
flyers. It's just those wings take up a lot of room, man. So that's why they're arranged the way they are. But yeah, she's the only Blackest Night figure I have. They actually came out with a new and I have some things that I'm gonna share to the screen in a little bit when we get
Oh yeah,
there.
yeah.
McFarlane put out a very limited Blackest Night run, and this
He
is one of
did.
those things. Yeah, yeah. I can pull it up now. There's no reason not to pull it up now.
Yeah.
Let me find it in here. Scroll, scroll,
When was
scroll,
this?
scroll. This was very well. I say very recently. This was like last 6 months that
Okay.
they put out this line. Come
Was
on.
that the one that included Firestarter?
Yes, that
Okay,
is the
there we go.
same
All
one. So
right.
you've seen it.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I
Um,
think I've seen him, but I didn't know the other ones.
Here, I'm scrolling away here because I want to share so people can see that these things are out there. And it's a cool
Hmm.
line. I wish they had just done more.
The
And
whole thing, yes.
one of your questions was what do you want to see future down the road in
Yeah,
comics? One of those things I want to see is them to do the full lines of
full
these
line.
figures, where we get
Right.
the handful. 4
Mhm.
figures is not a
That's
line.
not enough. No.
Oh, there's the Flash stuff. Sorry, I'm taking
No,
too long. I'm
that is
scrolling as
fine.
fast as my old fingers will let me.
That is
Um,
fine.
Good Lord, when did these damn things come out? Was it last year? Everybody's like, yeah, Roman, doing good, Roman.
No,
Old
I mean,
guy
I'm
trying to
trying to
find
figure
stuff
it
on the
out.
interweb. I know. I'm like a 90-year-old man.
No,
Um,
it's okay. You're doing faster than I would. I've been looking
but
all at my wish list and everything.
yeah, but the figures themselves did look. Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen here.
Okay.
Share screen. Share entire screen. Here we are. Yeah, I'm trying not to mess this up because
No, that is fine.
I'm
I got you.
prone to do that. There we go.
Whoa!
So
Oh, the one.
yeah,
Oh, wow. Oh, I remember these. Okay.
right. So Blackest Night Superman, and these
Yeah.
figures look really good. They actually had them all on sale at Christmas for it was like $17 a figure. Again, that's the number that
Okay.
they keep popping in at.
Put on there.
And Kyle Rayner was part of that line.
That's okay.
Then
That's
the
why.
Batman figure,
Okay. And
the
atrocity. You
atrocious.
made. Yeah.
That was the build a figure you got from this line. That is not from that
Oh,
line.
see, I wish they'd have told me that because I stopped because I thought the one they were trying to make was Batrocitus.
Oh no, it was that guy.
Really? Damn it. Okay.
Firestorm, who's normally a character I don't care about at all, but the figure
Right.
was really
It
cool
was really
looking.
cool.
So
He
you
was.
only had those 4 figures though. And
Okay.
that's what I was talking about it's like, okay, you have an entire line of characters they could have put out the Black Hand, they could have put out the black, the actual Hal Jordan Green Lantern at the time, all of these other
Right.
characters who they could have
Are
incorporated and
available.
just chose not to. And it's like,
Right.
why would you not? Why would
Right.
you not do that?
Right.
So
Yeah, that's what I was trying. Okay, well, I guess I got to buy those so I can build Atrocitus because he's like $75 now. So I might
oh
as well just
Lord.
have those on top of
Oh, just
there.
getting it on its own.
Yeah, by himself.
Yeah, I'm not.
And it's assuming that he doesn't come with the stand or the red
Oh
lantern
wow.
with it.
Okay.
So I'm actually stuck on eBay trying to get it at this point.
Oh no,
It's just trying to figure out.
the
Go
eBay
ahead.
phase. It's rough times.
It is. See, guys. Yeah, it's slim pickings, and it is rough out here in these toy collecting streets.
Well,
So I guess they
it
go ahead.
is, and I mean, and this site, I mean, the McFarland page on Instagram is
Uh-huh.
really helpful. That's why I know things are going to be popping up at
Oh,
all.
that's how you send me. Oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah,
I
when
didn't even know
I'm
he
shooting
had
you
an
those things,
Instagram
that's where I'm
page.
sending you these things from.
Oh,
As
I'm
I
like,
try
where
to
is this? I was like,
drag ego down with me.
we're going down. Say we're going down spending this money. I was like,
Yes.
where is he pulling these from the ether? How is he finding these?
Yeah, so I mean, for we this was like another thing for new collectors. You need to be on these sites. Hasbro Pulse,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then the DC, the McFarlane page. Also, there are other communities within like Instagram and I'm going to say it, yes, and I know it's old people stuff. Facebook actually have good toy communities where you see the things that are coming out, because there are people within those communities that have like the inside path on stuff. So stuff you don't even know is coming out, they have access to, and then you see these things. So this is one that I have on order right now. It's going to be here next week. And I'm a big fan of the blue cloak Batman. You just don't see it very often.
The Jim Lee is like the Jim Lee interpretation, right?
So your 1970s Batman was
okay.
the blue cloak era. Although the chest piece is a little different. They didn't go with the classic one. I'm sure they'll come out with a variant that will cost as much, and that will be the only thing that's different, but that's okay. And there was one more. Oh, here it is. This is the other one that I wanted to share with you as far as incoming. And this is another one things that I want that don't exist yet. So this is the Kingdom Come Batman.
Come Batman.
And man, this thing looks like it's going to be awesome. It's got the full armor structure around his head, because Batman's like, he's probably in his 60s, I think, during this comic book,
suit.
At least in his 60s. So he's battered and beat up, and he relies on kind of an exoskeleton to keep him moving along. Now, hey, Steven, what doesn't exist yet that's driving me crazy is exactly what you just showed me earlier, was the proper Kingdom Come Superman. I want to see the McFarlane versions of all of these characters. Don't just throw me the Kingdom Come Batman and go, well, here's one. But that's what they did with Red Sun Superman. They just threw Red Sun Superman out there, and they didn't make anything else from the line. I have the
Comrade. I want Comrade Batman. I want Comrade Batman, and I want President Lex Luthor. I need those.
Because I got the Hal Jordan figure, but it's not from that line. It's from just a different line that they came out with. It's like DC Direct, and it's okay. But the McFarlane figures themselves are vastly superior to most of the other things that are out there. They just are. So there's that stuff, and then I'm gonna hop over to the Marvel page here. Sure. I know this is like deep nerd with Roman and E.G.O. So this is the others.
Go ahead.
So Marvel Hasbro Plus is releasing these right now. This is the new Guardians line, but they're putting everybody out. Everybody from the movie. They're pre-orders right now. This is the time. Okay. Pre-order.
Oh yeah, please, guys, definitely. Yes.
So
please do that.
They all have the uniforms, which looks great.
Oh wow.
And you get, and this is I've only ordered one just because I don't want to replace my entire Guardian series. But if you have the room for it, I say go for it. I got the Kraglin figure because I don't have one of those.
All right.
And they have there's some other things coming down the road here. Let me see if I can find them.
I'm re-downloading the Pulse app because I deleted off my wife's phone.
So Marvel, here we go. This is the Extremis Iron Man. And you're thinking, Roman, don't you have an awful lot of Iron Man figures? And the answer to your query, dear viewer, is yes, I do. But Extremis was just one of those fantastic books that really updated the look of the armor. It's just such a cool looking figure. I wish this would be a little bit. So that's on the way as well. And so again, these are all pre-orders right now. So I had one more from did I get rid of that? Did I close it? No, I didn't. Sometimes I confuse myself. You'll find that not surprising in the least. There's one more pre-order that I want to show you that I've got coming. That I'm also excited. That's not it. That's not it. Come on. Here he is. This one. Yeah. The Riddler.
Oh, the Riddler. Nice.
So it's another Riddler. Yeah, that's the Arkham version of the Riddler. And the Arkham versions of the characters are really cool.
Okay. Yeah, I think I mean he looks good. It's just the only problem I had was the fact that when the Tim Drake came one, he had a weird thing with his neck where it was like this. So when you turn
Really?
it from the
Oh,
side, he had a crooked neck.
he's
So I had
peculiarly, he's oddly
yeah,
hunched. Okay,
right. I was
that's
like, and then and then he came out with the new 52 Red Robin. I was like, you know what? I'll just have to replace this one because I didn't know that was coming out. So, but yeah, he actually looks pretty cool and in the actual classic motif of the Riddler. I love
yeah.
that.
So I thought he paired nicely with the three Jokers, Joker that I have, the criminal, and because I'm building my bad guy shelf with I've got
Okay,
Bizarro up there, I've got
yeah.
Catwoman, who else is up there? Yeah, Bizarro, Catwoman. I want to, I want I like that Joker. I still want to get the we talked about this,
The comedian,
a Killing Joke
yes,
Joker as well. But
dude.
bringing the Riddler into the mix, and then I have another Lex Luthor power suit that I
Yeah.
have. I just haven't unboxed yet. So those are
I
the incoming for
I checked. I did check yesterday when you were talking about the comedian on there. It's still $75, man.
holy shit.
Yeah, it's. I was like, I wonder if it got nope. It's nope. And when you do look on the Walmart exclusive or Target exclusive, completely gone. But then it's on eBay
I
and only for
hate
$75.
exclusives. They drive me
I do.
insane.
I do
They're the
too.
worst. It's like McFarlane.
Exclusives
Please, for
too.
the love of God, let us
Please stop
buy the
saying that.
toys.
Please. Exactly. This is why it's so damn expensive now because you want to put exclusive on it. And I gotta pay through the nose for it.
So, and
But you guys, that was good. Go
no,
ahead.
no, 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 go, please.
I was gonna say that was pretty much us wrapping up a 30-minute discussion on the toys that we had or want to get since the last time we talked. So we really can't do this more less than once a month because the list will get too big too fast. Um, and I know that you were saying that you're looking for just that line for Kingdom Come for
Yeah.
toys that don't exist. I mean, is there anything
Yes.
else on the list from anyone else that doesn't exist that you'd like to see them make?
There was actually, I'd like to see the Kingdom Come line. I'd also, and we just talked. It's the other thing is the Red Sun line, which doesn't exist because you've got Wonder Woman as well. I mean, you've got all the characters in
True.
that as well that just aren't there. There are things that I would that this is just Roman talking in his garage. I would like to see Marvel always have Shield Wall always have their top three guys on the line.
Mm,
That'd be
okay.
Thor, Iron Man, Captain America. A version of them should always be in circulation, and they're not and when they're not, they're not. Like they are coming out with another
True.
Captain America. It's
Okay.
getting released the same time that Extremis Iron Man is,
Mhm.
and I ordered it, and then I canceled it because, and I
Oh.
know, dear viewers, because what it is, it's the Ultimates version of Captain America.
Okay.
And I have an
Mhm.
Ultimates version of Captain America.
Yeah.
I've actually got like two. I've got the World War II version of it, which
Oh wow,
I'm
that's
very
cool.
fond of. It's
That
a
is
great figure.
awesome.
So
That is
it's the World
cool.
War II Cap. I mean, that's how he starts off, and then
Mhm.
he becomes. If I can do this without knocking things over, it would be awesome. There we go. He becomes this version of Cap. So
That's
he's all loaded up with a
awesome.
vest and weapons,
Wow. I like that.
gun. Look at his belt.
That's
That is loaded
awesome.
down with gear.
That's
And the boots are
yeah.
actually combat boots. Yes, they're red to go along with the costume, but
Mhm.
they're
That's
actually,
awesome.
they're boots. They're not the Buccaneer style boots. This is a much tougher, much leaner looking version of the figure.
I like that.
Um,
That's awesome.
so the one that was coming out wasn't as good as that. So I'm
Okay,
like,
that's
do I
fair.
really? I've got a lot of Captain America figures. So I think we talked. So I have the ones I have the most of are Iron Man, Superman, Batman, and Captain America. I have a lot of all of those figures. I think
Hmm.
probably Captain America and Iron Man are the most. They actually have their own shelf of just
Oh
those
wow.
figures, aside from the ones that I have intermixed with all the other figures. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say. I mean, that was the one thing I was wondering is like with all the ones that you have, and even though I'm not gonna see the movie, I bet if Hasbro Pulse got their hands on a Captain Falcon, that's gonna be a pretty cool looking toy. I'm not gonna go see the movie, but as far as the articulation, the colors that they're gonna have, to make it pop, and just the articulation
They
of the poses. Well,
did
go
they
ahead.
put one? No, they did put one out, but he doesn't have wings. So
Oh,
there's a
stop!
three pack of
No.
Captain Americas that you can get. It's um, stand, classic cap. I don't remember what's in
Okay.
the middle, and then Falcon cap. So you get three.
Okay.
It might
Oh
it might just
hell
it
no!
might be two
With no
versions of Steve
wings?
Rogers and no wings. So I'm like,
No. Oh hell
why
no!
does this exist? I have a
No.
Falcon figure. I have a proper the Avengers
The
movie
red and
Falcon
white.
figure.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That is a
it is.
cool, and it's a cool looking action
But
figure.
again, it's the wings, man. The wings.
The
So I
wings
had to
make
put them
it.
off to the side. But they do. But they take up a lot of room. That's the
Well,
only
no, I
bad thing
mean,
about wings.
he might. It was like if you're telling me it's a Captain Falcon action figure with no wings, then it's pretty much you're calling him Captain Penguin or Captain Ostrich because he's a
Yeah, it's
flightless
like,
bird.
dude,
There's
why?
why would you? There's no reason to take away the. See, these are things that will piss off action figure collectors. Is the action is not there? It's just a figure, and then like your girl or your wife is like, "Why'd you buy that doll?" And at that point, you're kind of like, well, it almost is a doll because there's no action in the figure. It's just a figure, and
Yes.
now we gotta get into a fight because you called the doll, and I'm mad that you're right. See, this will upset us completely if you have this interested. So Bobby Bold, good day, sir.
Oh.
I'm interested in the Hasbro selfie series. Yeah, but I hear everyone's head is coming out like mud.
Oh no. Oh, that's not good. That's
Really?
not good. I
That
was interested in
sucks.
doing that myself.
I was too.
Because I want to get my head on a Captain America body. But
Every
I don't want
man's
to I want a
dream.
MODOK head. That would not be good. Um,
Yo, that would suck. And the thing is, like, there's $60 just like at the beginning. That's not counting the
yeah.
shipping and handling or for anything else that might occur. But I mean,
And do you actually get the
surely.
body with that, or do you just get a head and you got to transplant
No,
it
no, you
onto
put
one of your
no.
figures?
I think it's together. It's the
Okay,
body and
okay.
everything. I remember they had something like this at
Oh, here
Target
it
at
is.
one
Here it is.
point,
Here it is.
but
We
it
can
had like.
actually bring that
Go
up
ahead,
so
yeah,
people can
throw it
see it.
up. I'll keep talking while you work on getting it up. But um,
Why
it
is it
used
not?
to be that Target would have the selfie series, and you'd go in there and you take a picture or going around in a circle, turn around in a circle, so get a 360 of your head, and then you'd actually put
Here we
that
go.
picture on the action figure you wanted, and it'd be like a vending machine. It would just pop it out at the end. So
Okay,
I
so
I guess not that they made it integrated with the app that they're still offering it, but if you're telling me they're coming out looking like they're on
that's
Modoc mode,
that's hilarious and horrible all at the same
it
time.
is. I'd be so irritated. Let me see what we got.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's this is the actual on the page, and you can
Okay.
get any of these lines. Power Rangers, which that's not my bag, baby. GI Joe, I would be down with some GI Joe.
That makes sense.
Ghostbusters, I like the Ghostbusters. I'm a fan, but I don't
All
know
right.
why you would want to do that. Star Wars and of course Marvel. I mean,
Marvel. Yeah.
those are like the big ticket items here. So I still think it would be fun, but you're right. As far
Me
as
too.
you
Guys,
got
Rome and I are gonna start a GoFund us for the
we
selfie
might.
series. We really will. The thing we're only
See,
asking this because we're both married and our wives would never accept the fact that we spent that much
no,
money on a
I've
project
already
that
pitched
didn't.
this
Yeah.
idea, and it was met with the skepticism you think it might be. Why do
Oh
you need
yeah.
that? I don't know,
Exactly.
honey. So
Exactly. And the
again,
thing,
look,
yeah.
you get this great Snake Eyes figure, pop Ego's head on there, and
Exactly.
he's a killer. This is just really cool.
Exactly.
You got
That is
some ginger
awesome.
girl. They actually let a ginger girl be in a commercial. I find that amazing.
See?
Um,
Exactly. They did put her at the bottom though. They did put her at the
they
bottom.
did. She's the last. So how much do these cost? They
I think
cost
they're like
$55 with tax, standard shipping. I don't know what that equals.
mhm.
Apply.
I'm guessing like you're
So
looking at $70 would be my guess. But I mean, still, I mean, that's a cool get if it's for a birthday
it
or for the fact that you
is.
love it that much.
So I guess you just take a picture and send it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, you
I
got to hope that
honestly,
comes out good.
no, I mean, honestly, I don't understand why Hasbro isn't at a comic convention or a toy con to
Oh,
capitalize on this. You would make so much
yes,
money on impulsive buyers. Guys, we're an easy market. We're easy
we are.
marks. We
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 are.
want to get
You mean
got.
I could have my head on that? Yes, I will.
Yes, exactly. I was like, like, honey, why'd you do that? I mean, he said I could do it though, and you weren't there to tell me no, so I did it. He's like, did you get me one? Yes, you are a Power Ranger too. Hiya! No. These are for posing only, honey. You got to get the one. You got to buy them again
No,
if you want
not
to
for
actually
playing.
play
Not for
with them.
playing.
Exactly. Put Jackie Chan on every possible option and have a room of Jackie Chan heroes if I had them. Exactly. So yes, can I put my head on a pink Power Ranger? You know what? In this line of equality, yes, you can.
No one
Yes,
tells you
you
you what
can.
you can't do, Jacob
No one
Ironside.
tells you
You
can't.
be
If
the
you want to
pink
make,
Power Ranger you were meant to be, buddy.
you can be all the Power Rangers, sir. You
You
know
can be all Power
that'd be
Rangers.
interesting. Exactly.
See
See
something
how
like this, dude.
inclusive it is.
Think about it. If it's you and your friends, and you're
Mhm.
getting, we're gonna move away from Power Rangers because
Yeah.
I hate them. GI Joe. So it's you and your buddies, though. You could get you and your buddies is all the different GI Joes. You could have a whole little army of GI Joes
Exactly.
that's your buddies. It's a
Exactly.
great idea.
Guys, if someone's getting married and they're into action figures, make your groomsmen action figures and put that at the wedding. That's a great idea.
Yes,
I'm all with that, guys. I fully
this would be
support that. And
fantastic.
if you do it, please post it and show us because that would be awesome. And we be living vicariously through you at that point, which would be awesome too.
Yes, that's true.
So yeah, I mean, I was gonna say in terms of action figures that don't yet exist that I would like to see, I would love to collect the Justice League Dark collection, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
every action figure is available except Detective Chimp.
There is no Detective Chimp. I have
There's no
everybody.
Detective Chimp,
Well,
right?
actually, that's a twofer. They also need to make a
Okay.
Zantana. Um,
Oh, I got. Hold on,
McFarlane has.
hold on. Go ahead. Keep going.
I say McFarlane hasn't produced a Zantana action figure, and McFarlane desperately needs to produce a Zantana action figure. They're out there, just not from the McFarlane line, which means scale and all the things that I talk about. Every time I talk about collecting, it's scale. Scale is really important.
Okay.
But a Zantana and a Detective Chimp. So yeah, there you go. That's
Yeah.
that's
I
a nice
forgot all
figure.
about this. Yeah, I didn't like the tactical Zatanna from New 52. I mean, they tried to make sense, but it's like, well, I like the fact that it's a play on the fact that she actually is good with magic, but it's a show, but it's actually showing that, hey, no, I really want to do this, but I understand that people are more comfortable with it being a show. But if, like, you got to fight some evil in the magician's outfit, I'm all for it, especially if you're going to do this in some heels. So, I give you
Nice.
kudos for
That
that.
figure,
So,
I've been looking at those are kind of. Did you get that new? I mean, you did.
dude,
Did,
I would
off the shelf,
my
or did you get it online?
off the shelf. So what happened was the one weekend where I didn't do Heroes No Capes, it was when Kenoi Sasquatch stepped in. and I was in Houston with my buddy Stuntman. He took me to the comic book shop and like I was having trouble finding something. And then I went to the back, like it was in the very back with all the action figures that they were like kind of like not knowing if they're gonna sell them or not. And I was like, "Yo, is that Zatanna?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's the DC
Wow.
Universe one." And I love this line as well, so I was like, "Okay, how much?" And he gave me a very expensive price, but I was like, "You know, it's another city, and you know,
That's what I've noted is that the Zantana
you
figure,
know,
when you can find one, they're pricey. Um,
right? Yeah."
but
So I
I
mean,
mean,
go
McFarlane
ahead.
needs to put out the $20 version of that matches,
Exactly.
all these other
Right.
figures. They did put out, and I think I showed you the Dead Man figure, the new Dead Man figure, and
Yeah.
it's a decent looking figure. I'm not going to say that
Yeah.
it's not a decent looking figure. The problem, and I use problem very loosely when I talk about action figures. It's just
Yeah.
is that is it just like everything else? Is it better than? So let me throw this thing back
Right.
up here. So
You talking about, go ahead.
it's a fine action figure, but
The McFarlane one or the
the McFarlane
Icons
one.
one? Okay.
But
What's that one?
here, let me throw this thing up here.
Okay.
So
I got you.
this is the
Huh.
McFarlane figure, and I've seen it in the real world as well. I mean, as far
Okay.
as scale and everything goes, it's a good looking figure.
It's
He's
good.
got some kind of wonky skin thing going on though. It's not. I guess
Yeah.
it's a bit more dead looking. But I've
Yeah,
got the classic dead man
that's the one
here.
that I have.
And you've got the same one. Let me pull this thing off.
Yeah.
I've got this guy though, and quite honestly,
Oh,
I don't see that figure
much of a difference. Okay.
as being. I mean, yes, it's a bit bigger, and that's fine. That's it does match scale wise better. Is it worth replacing this figure though? In my opinion, it wasn't. So I like this dead man. I didn't want to replace it. So, but we
I
do,
got
yeah,
it. Yeah.
Zantana, and Detective Chimp.
Yes.
Throw me
Yeah.
the chimp.
Exactly. I want the monkey guy. Okay, don't figure out it's going one way. No, no, no. I actually want Detective Chimp. I was like, if we can have Detective Pikachu, we can have Detective Chimp, guys. All right. The guy, like the chimp, drank from the same waters as what is his name? Vandal Savage. Okay, so that's how far back it goes. Please just give me Detective Chimp. I would really appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, that's what I want in terms of like one that doesn't
Yeah.
exist.
Well, because
Although
it would complete. Well, yeah, because they've got that. Like I said, I've got that giant
everyone
swamp thing.
else,
I love the giant swamp thing.
Man
Everybody
Bite
else
is
is there.
there. Yeah, so it's him. The only thing is, I need McFarlane to do what you said. Actually, make if you're gonna do the Blackest Night, please just give me White Lantern Kyle Rayner, not the off green, the weird army
No,
pastel green.
go
White,
with the comic. Go
go
with
please,
the
please.
comic.
We'll buy it. Just please, please. That's all we ask. But I guess the thing is, in terms of the action figures that we've
Yep.
had or been in pursuit of, what's the craziest story you've ever heard in pursuit of a toy?
So this is it's well actually I'm going to share a couple things here.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
one, it's on the sites, and this is one of those things. It's not really crazy, but it drives me crazy. So when
Mm-hmm.
you see the guys that have, look, I bought everyone that was in the store. That's great, dude. You scalping bastard. That's what that is. That is a scalping bastard. So they go in, they buy everyone that's in the Target, and then they'll sell them for twice as much on eBay. Please don't do that. Also, I wasn't aware of this. Some dude wrote this. He actually shared this on public media that he hid the toy somewhere else in the store while he was waiting for his EBT card to get reloaded from the States. Like, you're buying action figures with
No,
your food card.
no,
You are a
no
bad person for so
person,
many
no.
reasons. Dude,
Uh,
priorities. Priorities.
no, sir. Was this anywhere near
So
Thanksgiving or Christmas?
no, my sense of time is almost
Okay.
non-existent.
Was
It's
it
just
hot or was it
one.
cold?
I think it was cold. So it was winter. It's still in the winter time. It wasn't that
Oh,
long ago. That's why
but
I remember it all.
still.
But it's just like my brain is exploding while I'm reading that. So
Oh,
on a
okay.
personal level, and this is it's funny if it's not me, but it was me. So
Mm,
many years ago, I was collecting GI Joes for my son. Yes, they were actually for my son. Um, and there was one set in particular that I really, really wanted to get, and it was GI Joe and the Yeti.
okay.
And it was cool. And this is talking the 12-inch GI Joe, so it was a corresponding Yeti of same size, all furry and stuff. He was great looking. And what I didn't know is one of my friends, just to piss me off, was just slightly outbidding me every day that I would get in there, just to drive me
No,
insane.
no.
So I ended up winning the auction ultimately, but it was just like, really, man, really? That's not cool. That wasn't meant to make me feel good. So
I'll be mad. I like, come on,
I
dude.
know. I know. It's like you're a jerk.
We're fighting. We're fighting. I'm giving you a lump of coal for Christmas, bro. If you do something like that.
So
Um,
yes, I got the Yeti, but he was not as inexpensive as he might have been. I was getting that
all
Yeti though.
right.
There was no way I wasn't getting that
Oh,
Yeti. So I
no,
got the
no
Yeti.
way. Especially when it's a bid. You just like you just want to yell. I am the smartest man alive. So, you can't yell too loud because your wife will ask why. We be like, I
Why? What'd you
overbid on a
do?
yeah.
Bought a Yeti? Get out.
You like
Okay.
you mean the cup, right? No, 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 a Yeti. And you bought an
No, it's a
action figure
Yeti.
about a snowman.
It's
Yes.
actually in the overhead still. We still
Okay.
have all his stuff from when he was a kid. It's going to get passed on to another kid because it's not in great shape. It's not, obviously. I bought it for him to play with. I mean, that's what
I
I
got you.
bought them. These are not to play with. The stuff in the overhead, which a lot of them are just like these, except in bad shape. So
Okay.
the replacement figures I had to buy, knowing that it was up there. I'm like, he's got one of these. But Nick Fury, for instance, Nick Fury was missing a hand. I don't just, but anyway. But he played with them. He had a good time. I mean, he had a great childhood playing with the
shows
heroes.
they had true. Okay, I got you.
That's
No,
why
I was
they're
gonna
there.
say, that's what they're there for. I would probably say I don't ever say the wildest story, but I remember the earliest story of how bad I wanted action figures was like we got the Johnny Quest action figures when they rebooted it like in the 90s. And
They
so
have Johnny
yeah,
Quest action figures.
I no, I
Oh,
don't
I
even.
gotta
So
find them.
yeah. So do you remember when they rebooted it in '99, like 98, 99?
I
You ever
must have
watched the
been
episodes?
doing. All I know are the classic episodes. I didn't realize there were new episodes. Well,
So yeah,
new with quotes around it at this point.
it was the new adventures of Johnny Quest. And so
Okay.
like everyone was like in their late teens, like they're at least 17 years old.
Oh, they
Race
aged him.
Bannon, yeah, they're all like
Did
Race
they
Bannon was
still
in there.
allow Haji to be a character?
Hell yeah, he was like Johnny,
Okay, well,
grab onto
actually,
my
because it
turban.
was in the '90s, it was still in the '90s.
Yeah,
I don't think they would let him be a character in the modern era.
I don't know why not,
I
because like
think they would
it's his
phase the
brother.
f out
He's
of
an
Haji.
adopted. Yo, if y'all are still in the chat, would y'all think that if you seen Johnny Quest either in the 60s or when they did the reboot in the 90s, y'all think Haji would still be a character? Because I do. There's no way you can't have him in there and he'd be suspiciously missing.
He was a great character. He was an
He's an
important
awesome
character. It
character.
wasn't like
He's
he
a
was
very
just some
important character.
weird little side guy. He was
Yeah,
always in the mix. I mean,
and
hell, Bandit was a character. I want a Bandit action
exactly,
figure
and
too, now that I'm
it was his
talking about
brother
this.
too, right?
Bandit was the
That
dog.
was yeah, Bandit was the dog. No. I mean, no, Haji was his brother though, right? He got adopted.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe
Yeah.
so. Also, Doctor Quest and Race Bannon weren't a couple. They were coworkers.
I no, they
They
weren't.
were
No,
coworkers.
because
Important to note in the modern age.
No, because they bring in Race Bannon's ex-wife at one point. Like they show you, it's like, hey, there's the mom.
The Race
So,
Bannon has an ex-wife is kind of funny. I
right.
don't know why. It's not funny for Race. He's probably like alimony.
Yeah, nice. Okay, yeah, Steven
You
Ransom just
finding
signed DM.
this?
Those are actually pretty cool. I might actually, that's pretty cool. I might see if they got action figures that would go with those that would actually hold them. He actually showed me some guns that are to scale for 1/6 to scale. So I need to look and see if those are cool.
Of note on that, actually McFarlane puts out weapons packs.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I need to do that because all the action figures.
They're a little bit pricey. But can you just let me
I buy them especially for the fact that they've got whatchamacallit. They had them for constructs if you have a lantern, which is what I figured. Because it's like it's just like a projectile, but they've got it to where Deathstroke just has knives, or even Grifter has knives now instead of actually having guns
that is some
in the comics.
Crap, dude. I hate that they are not letting them have proper weapons. That
doesn't make any sense.
These are dolls. There's a 1996. That doesn't. Oh, it's some kind of. Here we go.
Yeah. So if there's the Race Bannon action figure, he looks like he's in clear suit, like for when they
here's a Haji figure.
Is he in there?
Only $10. I don't know how. I don't know how. Yeah. Let me pop this thing in. I don't know. It doesn't look like he has a lot of articulation points though, but he's this, and he also looks older. So I think this has to be from the era that you're talking about.
Yeah, it would have been like late 90s. And it was, I think they borrowed a lot.
Here. Am I doxing myself here? Hang on.
I can't see anything. Yeah.
I'm doxing myself a little. Is this okay, it's all good. I wanted to share stuff from Amazon, but all that stuff was definitely I'm doxing myself. So
you want me to leave it as it is? I mean, I have it.
You can bring it up. This is good. This is fine.
All right. Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's definitely
so
it.
This is
it. Yes.
How these are pretty small.
Yeah, they were like they're around that size, maybe a little bit bigger, but that's the general like clothing.
Yeah, I mean, actually, no. I'm sorry. This is from a Pizza Hut promo.
Okay, never. Okay,
what the f? Okay, that's just
okay.
Now I feel
that's robbery right there.
Okay. That for $10 for a Pizza Hut promo. There's no way.
That's a lot for a
what that
collectible. That's not even a
is.
collectible. No, thank you,
No,
guys.
that's terrible. Where's they got to have the real ones in here? There's Johnny, $32,
That might be it.
loose in factory bag. Where's his freaking feet? Are those his feet? No, I don't know.
Dr. Doom. I'm trying to look. I'm trying to look on my side too.
There's a bandit action
Quest.
figure.
Oh, they don't have a lot of these at all. You almost have to go to I'm pretty sure you almost have
No.
to go to eBay to find these. Good lord.
Yeah, I'm on eBay now. Now they have
Okay.
what look to be it says action figure, but it looks to be a doll.
Okay. That's they're probably
Let me see. Will
almost
this
gone.
let me make this any bigger than this?
Okay. But while he's looking for it, I will say this. So I remember my my brother got his action figure, and it was Race Bannon. When they go into the internet, basically they bought a concept from Lawnmower Man that they put on these virtual goggles and go 3D. And so, do you want me to bring it up here?
Yeah, you can bring that.
Oh yeah, that's
So that's
this is 60s kind of yeah.
Yeah, that's not that's like the Mego figures. Actually, it's pretty cool looking, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. I don't think that's what we were looking for.
No, I'll if I ever find it, I'll have to post it on there and let y'all know. But
Okay.
but yeah. So I had one action figure for Johnny Quest. I forget who I had. I maybe had Johnny Quest when he had a skateboard. My brother had the one where he goes 3D, and I'm like, my brother went to football practice, and I'm at home because I was a mathlete and he was an athlete at that point. So I'm like, I wonder what the articulation is like. I wonder if I can bend the elbows and the knee joints. So I
Right.
actually opened his toy when he wasn't around. And I got my ass beat by my mom. And then when my dad got home, he beat my ass too. And then I had to tell my brother, and he was mad. But I was like, it was
Oh.
worth it. Oh. So
Oh my god.
that's like the earliest. So I was like, you know what? That's why I just buy the action figures for me. Or if I buy it, I have it shipped to someone else before it comes to my house. Because I know that I'm probably going to want to open it so I can inspect it for you to know the shortmovings and
That's
the
hilarious.
actual progressions of your action figure. So yeah, that's pretty much my crazy story there. But moving along before we dwell
Wow.
too much on it. As far as like the current state of action figures or just like toys in general, like what would you say is things that you've noticed, over the last 5 years, I guess.
No, I mean, and that's actually a really nice era to pick up from. McFarlane taking over the DC lines is one of the best things that has happened in action figures, because they're just so much. The only again, I'm using the word problem. Just roll with that. The only problem with the McFarlane line is that they are based on a 7-inch scale, vice a 6-inch scale. But you know what? But the figures themselves are just so much better. And Marvel, to their credit, actually, I say Marvel, but it's Hasbro, has been putting out that their line of Marvel and the G.I. Joe figures are great. This is, I mean, when I was a kid, I couldn't have dreamed that this kind of thing would have existed, because they didn't, not in this form. You had the Mego dolls. And then when my son was growing up, so back like 18 to 16 years ago, when he was a kid, is when you started seeing some of the better things coming out. And they've only improved on that. So I mean, the state of action figures is phenomenal. Like I said, the only thing that I would like to see more of, and that I hope they get on board with, are doing those complete lines.
Oh yeah,
because that's the only, like the one, like Marvel actually does a pretty good job with that. Releasing their even if you don't care about the figure, they're probably making that figure because it's a complete line. Whereas DC
does not do that.
Not so much with their films. Yes,
right,
but not with the comic book series, which is what the good figures generally are anyway. So,
well, no, I mean, I guess the thing I would say, in terms of what I've noticed, is the fact that the big two are willing to outsource the action figure making instead of saying it's a direct line from
Yes.
whatever toy distributor we choose. Like, no, no, no. We chose someone that actually is really good at this
Yeah.
to handle specific distribution of these action figures. And we're going to be hands off. Like, hey, you've got our license to make exclusive action figures from us. We'll take a cut, but we're going to be more so hands off. I do agree with what you said. The fact that Hasbro taking over for Marvel and making the movie line
Yeah.
of action figures, it's drawn in a whole new audience for action figures collecting and has gotten them interested in actually watching the films because they want the action figure associated with the film. I
Right.
can't talk crap about those kinds of people because I'm not gonna lie. When John Wick 4 comes out, I'm buying every damn action figure he has. I but like what's different between John Wick and 1 2? Well, I mean, in this one, that he wore a black suit with a white shirt, but in this one, it's a black suit with a black shirt. It's an exclusive, okay? I paid $75 for it. I know it's exclusive. I'm not saying it's an actual price, but that's what I'm
Actually,
willing
you're
to go
probably
because
not far off depending on who does it. Like if NECA does it, like the guys who produced
yeah,
McCready, you're
it's an
you're
expensive
talking maybe in the
at least.
$35 to $40 range for the figure.
At
That's
least.
for a cool movie figure. That's I can eat that. Now some of your other companies,
GI Joe.
oh that's not nice. Bobby Wolf, Matt Damon. Damn.
Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
Damn, that's not kind.
Yeah.
So I've lost my train of thought with the Matt Damon thing. What the hell was I on
Threw me
about?
up too. I thought we were just talking about the
NECA,
outsourcing. Yeah,
NECA.
movies.
So,
Yeah,
but if like someone else, because you have the others that are out there, like
yeah.
Mezco and the other companies, that now you're talking in the 100 plus.
Easy,
You
easy.
now you do know where that money went. The
Oh
figures
yeah.
are fantastic, but now it's you've excluded a lot of people from being able to get those figures. I'm not
Oh yeah.
buying $100 figure
I
because I don't
can't.
want to get
I,
divorced. Well, I'll buy
agreed.
five $20 figures, but then I have five
Oh yeah.
figures. So
Exactly.
it is real hard just making the justification when you're making that dollar leap past
Yes.
certain points.
Yes.
So I mean
Yes.
that's just part of the experience, though.
Yes. We're gonna have to actually come back with a stream for toy buying for the married man or the married woman. We're gonna have to here are all the tips and tricks that
It
we've
is. There's a
used.
lot. There's a lot.
Here's what works and here's what doesn't. So we're definitely gonna have to do that. So yeah, the licensing I would say has definitely helped usher in a new
Oh yeah.
era of toy collectors. Also, the people that are willing to actually show you their toy collection and not be weird. Because we growing up, we knew that one guy that had the toy collection, but we knew he was going to be on someone's watch list at a certain point. So you couldn't you couldn't
That's
tell
true.
him no. You didn't want to see his toys, but you didn't want to have to go by yourself. So
Now
I would say that
thank
yeah,
God there
go
are a
ahead.
lot more of us out there now.
Right, there are like Henry Cavill really helped a lot of us out. You're like, oh my god, thank you. Someone that just happens to be a nerd that's good looking. Like, hey, maybe I can be be someone's Henry Cavill in
Well, you don't
some
want to be
kind of
someone's
timeline.
Matt
So
Damon.
no, no, not that. No, not someone's Matt Damon. See, damn it, Bobby Wold,
Oh,
you screw us both up with that one. Now,
Bobby Wold messed
messed
him
up our
up.
train of thought. Damn. But I guess we'll say, in terms of what we've seen, what do you actually expect to change, or what do you see changing in the next 5 to 10 years with actual toy collecting?
That's a tough one.
Hmm.
What I hope happens is that you continue to have the high quality of figures that we have right now.
Right.
Now, what I see being a problem coming up, and this is for, well, I wouldn't say for Marvel exclusively, but because it's not DC and Marvel, because so much of their action figure, so much of the action figure line is based on films.
Yeah.
The films are a problem.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Marvel fortunately is doing the What If series, the animated series, and they're going to
Oh
be doing a
yeah.
Marvel Zombies on there. Give us some more Marvel Zombies. I mean, that's something.
Okay.
But no one, I mean, and this isn't me bagging for the sake of bagging.
Hmm.
Quantum Mania isn't doing great.
No.
I'm not seeing it because I don't care.
Okay.
Um,
Me neither.
they lost me like a lot of the fans after Endgame. You killed it. You killed the golden goose. There is nothing left. There is no Captain America. There is no Iron Man. I mean, now there is no there. I'm going to say there is no Black Panther because
There
is no
isn't.
Black Panther. I
There
don't care
isn't.
about
No.
the Lady Panther. Um,
Yeah. Even if you're telling me it's
you've
comic book
it,
accurate, I still don't care.
yeah, no, you're right. I don't. Neither do I. I like.
I don't care.
It's not the same. And I understand the action of the actor himself passed away, whereas Robert
Right.
Downey Jr. and Chris Evans just aren't playing the part anymore.
Right.
And DC is in the same boat. Unless James Gunn pulls some magic beans out of his ass, I don't know what. Like the Flash movie coming out. Do you know? Well, McFarlane did release a Chris Nolan line of action figures. We looked at those.
Yeah.
You
We
and
talked
I
about that.
looked at
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
privately.
Two-Face
So
looks pretty cool.
and they look fine. It's just that
Yeah.
it's okay.
Right.
So the Flash movie coming out, that they're going to be releasing a Michael Keaton figure. That's probably going to be
Oh,
the
God
one.
damn! I forgot about that. That's gonna get sold
No,
out.
no, that's the only part of the Flash that matters. So I'll
Yeah.
keep an eye out for this. So when they do start, they're then they, I like to think McFarlane will lead with that.
Why
Bobby,
would you do
well,
this, Bobby?
that's the kind of thing that's
Why
going
would
to
you
get
do
you
this?
banned. That's going to get you
Why would
banned.
you do? Sorry, that's strike two. Okay, that's strike two, man. Come on.
That is
You're gonna
not nice.
mess us up. Didn't want to have that in my mind. Come on,
Oh
man.
no!
Keep going. Go. Yeah, go ahead.
So, they're going to release two versions of the stupid Ezra Miller. I want McFarlane to lead with the Michael Keaton Batman figure.
You're gonna have
So, and
to.
you're also
Yeah.
going to get a different version of the Ben Affleck. He's wearing a different suit in that film. So, lead with that because this is a Batman movie that has the Flash in it. That's
Features
the way you
Flash,
have to
yeah.
push this. Supergirl,
well, I mean,
I'm not going to buy that version
I
of
don't
Supergirl
care.
because I
No,
don't care.
I'm not doing that. I'd rather buy the skinny Superman from the actual Flashpoint
I
paradox.
have that. Oh, I bought that. That's
Dude, you
coming.
got-
That's the other one. I forgot about that.
Where'd you get that?
Pre-order. It's in pre-order.
Damn it. Okay. Wait. What for McFarlane?
It's still up. Yeah, it's McFarlane. I actually pre-ordered it on Amazon though, dude.
Really? Okay. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie. I got
Here,
the one that we both talked about coming out in the next 3 weeks. I swear to God, the day that I get it in my hands, I'm gonna have to make a video about it.
Let's share this with the folks here. This is the actual Flashpoint Superman.
Yeah.
And so he's not big. He's not,
No.
he's a guy who's been kept away from the sun for his entire life. And it's just, and I love, see, in the comic book, what I love about this character is he doesn't really even speak very much. He speaks almost not at all. So it looks like Supergirl coming out in the Flashpoint. It's the same idea, but approached very differently.
Ain't no way she's not gonna be talking.
No. One, she's a woman. Ha! No, sorry.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
cancel.
No.
That's
But
she also appears to just be like a lot more pulled together. I know you see her in the hospital gown thing, and then then you see her in the suit, and that's
how the hell. I'm like, you're gonna have to tell me that there's no way you're gonna tell me that you found her as
yes.
is.
I'm glad you reminded me about this. I forgot I ordered this figure.
That's bro. We're gonna have to have a dual live unboxing one day.
See,
like battle of the bot unboxing.
Oh, that'd be great. So, but now we see. What else would I like to see though, Ego? I'd like to see the Flashpoint figures. I mean, you do have the Thomas Wayne Batman, which I like. They did a nice job with that. But come out with the other ones as well. It would be interesting to see that. And yes, it is a much smaller world. What did I do?
I don't know.
It could be anything. It could be anything. He's probably making fun of my absent mind as I'm getting older. I forget things, and then I get surprised when they show up. Though it's like, oh, look what I got.
Yes.
So,
guys, if you ever wonder, this is actually conversations we have. This is how they go behind the scenes with messages. It's exactly like this.
It's
so
exactly the same.
you're not really. This is on brand for both of us. The minute you talk about something someone else doesn't have, we're doing that. Yeah. With or without a sun. Yeah, skinny Supergirl with or without the sun. Exactly. So it's bad enough they had to Photoshop literally her ass out of the posters.
Yes.
I have no idea how you're gonna tell me that you found her. She's been without the sun, so I'm guessing she's had no human interaction, yet she knows where to find a suit.
I
That's
also
gonna be
have a
weird.
problem with the character itself. And why does Roman have a problem with the character?
Chauvinism.
Well, clearly
it's
that's
spot
why.
on though. It's gonna be
No,
spot on though.
someone brought this up on, I don't know if it was on one of our streams or if it was in the backyard in the conversation around on the patio.
Yeah.
The Flashpoint paradox should not have affected the reality of Superman. Now, him being imprisoned, yes, but he would be imprisoned here on Earth. But it's still Superman. It's not Supergirl. It's Superman.
No. Yeah.
Krypton
Right.
still exploded. Kal-El still came to Earth at that time.
Right.
Remember, Kara, or I don't even know which version. I
I
don't
don't think
care.
she's even mentioned in this.
I don't even know who this lady is who's pretending to be Supergirl, who's not blonde and not Kara.
Right.
So it should still be Kal-El. There's just no way it shouldn't be Kal-El.
Exactly.
So,
and that's the problem. That's the problem.
The Flashpoint doesn't affect this. Hey, Blair to Blair.
On top of that, this is just No Way Home, because the fact that you're.
Yes.
Well, I want to doing a video because I've got people that have been asking about it, but part of my preview is the fact that there's no menacing figure behind the scenes. It's just saying you screwed up because you're the kid that screws things up, but you're not telling me that there's a reverse Flash in the background, which complicates things further.
We haven't seen him.
But I know, but they're saying the other version of Ezra wears the yellow suit because everything that he does is in yellow. He's wearing the yellow headphones. That's what I'm saying. Like Barry Allen, Zack Snyder is right. He has.
I'll be very disappointed if we don't get Zoom.
We're not, because they're using the Joss Whedon effect, where Zack Snyder's Flash that runs is in blue, and you see the Jossified version running in yellow. So when they recreate the Flash being hit by lightning, the lightning hits him and then goes into like long-haired boy Flash, and he puts on the yellow suit. Like he actually is wearing the yellow suit, like in some of the stills. So for me, it's like all you did was say Reverse Flash is just another version of Barry Allen, but like that is not it at all.
That's not good. I don't like that. I wish you hadn't told me.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to save you, man. I'm only going out of.
I still gotta go. I gotta go for content purposes. I'm flaccid.
You know.
See, I know what we're talking about today, though. Flaccid, big difference.
Bro, I got ejected too, man. The Mandalorian and yeah, I was gonna get ejected soon. I was like, I'd eject myself at that point because I've been too much.
It was tough. It was tough.
But yeah, go ahead. What are you saying?
So I'm going to this for content purposes, even though I don't really want to see it. I want to see Michael Keaton in the movie. Although I've admitted everybody knows I'm not a giant fan of the 1989 Batman anymore. It has a certain place of. I was there 3,000 years ago. We go. And I liked it. I liked it back then, though. I did. I loved it.
Okay.
I was a huge fan. My problem is, as I get older, doing the rewatch of it, I have a lot of issues with the movie. Michael Keaton, actually, I don't have an issue with his Batman. I have an issue with the movie overall. And I know everyone's going to start throwing fruit at their screens now. I get that. I don't like the Jack Nicholson Joker. Don't like him.
Really?
I don't like the over topness of the movie. It felt almost cartoonish. I know. So I'm sorry, but I still do have that nostalgia bait for the.
I'm DMing this. I'm DMing this to you now for future reference. So we're gonna. This is another stream. This is the problem. What happens?
Yes. You're right.
When guys have too many things in common, the stream that you get on is not the stream that you wind up talking about. So we're gonna have to have a separate stream, okay, guys? We will let you know.
Well, after the movie comes out, we need to. Well, we should do a dual stream for that.
Yes,
definitely.
I completely agree. The only reason I'm mainly going to see it is the fact that like pretty much almost every other Justice League character for the main part has had a movie, and I've had to wait 80 years since its inception to get one, and I'm gonna use the one where everything messes up. Like, you know what? I'd have been okay taking Jay Garrick's Flash, because he's actually more compelling to me, because they're gonna have to explain hard water to me, because that shit's hilarious. What happened? I fell asleep with hard water in a test tube. Like, you had your hands on it? Yeah. And then the bubbles got into my nostrils. And now I can run fast. How fast? The speed of sound. But we can go for the speed of sound. Yes. You know what? Okay, it's like watching The Rocketeer. I guess I'll get over it. I'll watch it though. But I'm even okay with that. So that's the only reason we're watching this, guys, is because we're being put into a gun is at our heads to watch this
Yes.
movie, and the gun is nostalgia and member berries, and we're gonna take the bait. Okay, we're not gonna lie to you.
I fully admit it. Well,
Yeah.
that and everybody else will have seen this movie. So
Oh yeah.
without this, we don't have a point of reference for conversations with other creators out there. Unlike like Quantum Mania, no one
Mm,
is
hmm.
really
Another stream.
Quantum Mania. Enough people didn't care about it, so that it didn't matter. That actually doesn't affect our world that much. But a movie
Not
like
really.
The Flash is going to,
Oh, huge.
irritatingly,
Yes,
infuriatingly, it's going to. If you
it
don't,
is.
it's just
Yes.
that's the nerd
Yeah.
verse that we are flying
Yes.
through.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that, the thing that I would like to see change is something that to me is within James Gunn's purview, or within something that he can actually change, is to like ink an exclusive deal with McFarlane for these movies that he's putting out. And like, these are chapter
Yeah.
one, like all the toys that are coming out, chapter one exclusives, or chapter two, like chapter one gods and monsters. Like, I'd have a whole shelf for that, even though I'm probably gonna watch most of the movies he puts out. If you tell me you're gonna, we've got an exclusive link with McFarlane Toys for the chapter one, the whole chapter one series of action figures, guaranteed you're gonna get people to buy every single one. And like, how many people are in the Monster Squad? Well, not the Monster Squad, but what is the
Um,
cartoon he's making?
I don't remember. I know what you're talking about. No, I
Right,
don't remember what it's
right.
called.
If
It's the
y'all in the
cartoon
chat
thing,
know which one he's talking about, yeah, the cartoon he's talking about. But
but it's
yeah,
like 6 or
I'm
7
telling.
characters.
Right. There's like 6 or 7 at least, right? And then if you get the Authority, I'm definitely getting Midnighter and Apollo.
I
No
like the
problems.
Authority. I know a lot of people aren't familiar with the Authority, but I read those books a long time ago, and I thought it was a cool story back then. I did, and a
Okay.
lot of people were kind
I
of
agree with you on
bagging
that
on it.
premise.
Batman Beyond should be oh
He definitely
my,
should. Yeah.
that would be
That'd be
so
awesome.
good.
Just
But
just and you
that's
yeah.
like chapter 12 though. I think as far as where we are, I don't even know where we're
Yeah.
starting with James Gunn. I
I
literally don't.
don't. I
Left eye
don't.
Empire.
Yeah.
Why?
Left Eye of the Empire, Left Eye Empire. That's
Really,
probably gonna have to
really,
be the name of
guys,
the podcast.
that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. But yeah, I mean, I really would like to see him just book an exclusive for just a chapter one,
Yeah,
just see what happens. Like, hey guys, you said that you wanted to make the games, the cartoons, and the movies integrated, but you said nothing of the action figures that are gonna have just as much monetary
yeah,
value behind it. So all I'm
yeah.
saying, just go ahead and do
Yeah,
that,
those
so
are
we can
money
actually get
makers,
the
man.
action figures. Huge money
You know,
makers, especially if you make them a
$20,
James Gunn
$24
exclusive.
now for the new ones. $24 a pop, and
Yeah,
and then there's these two guys are
right.
probably going to buy them, or at least I'm
Yeah,
going to see. Now I really need to see Gunn's universe. I need to see what he's doing here, though. The
that's fair.
problem is before Gunn puts his movies out, we have these 4 movies that don't really mean anything. And
Right.
that's the problem. You get the Blue Beetle, which I don't really care that much about
Exactly.
anyway.
Ah,
Aquaman 2.
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
want,
I'm gonna
you're
go
gonna get
watch
the
it,
Amber Heard figure.
bro. I have heard.
You
I've
press a
heard
button and
test
it
groups
poops.
are. I've heard test groups are walking out on that movie.
I
It's so terrible.
I didn't, and I know you're going to throw fruit at your screens again, folks, but I didn't like Aquaman 1. I just didn't care. I like him. I like him in the group, just like I like the Hulk in the group. I don't prefer the Hulk on his own. Like Hawkeye, I don't think Hawkeye really needed his own movie. I like him in the group. Black Widow probably could have had a movie, but if you had the other characters in it, like almost like the Captain America Civil War wasn't just a Captain America movie. That was essentially
It
an
was
Avengers
everyone.
movie with him as the lead.
Exactly.
But you could call it whatever the hell you want to, and still it would work. But
Right.
with DC in the state that it's in right now, I don't, like I said, these 4 movies, Shazam, who
No one cares.
I think it was a mildly amusing one. I don't think 2 is going to be. I don't
Not
even know what
great.
2 is going to
No.
be. I just don't care. Again, it goes back to me not caring.
Yeah.
So that's it. Those 4 movies. They're releasing them only because they were done, and they don't want to take a complete
Right.
loss.
Hit right. You can't. It's gonna be hard to sell how you wrote off $225 million to make the
Yeah,
Flash.
exactly.
It's gonna make a lot of money though. I mean, again, like the Michael Keaton action figure alone
That's why.
is going to be.
If Michael Keaton were not in that film, it would be an Amber Heard.
Yes, exactly. So I mean, yeah, that's I gotta do that. That would be my read. I think. And I guess Ty, just to kind of wrap everything into perspective because we've gone around the world with all this, guys, but it's been largely fun though. I'm not sure if we know where everyone else is on their action figure journey, whether like, you started a long time ago and don't do it
Yeah.
so much anymore, or you're just looking to get started into it in the first place. Like what advice would you give, the novice or returning action figure collector?
So, and this is most people don't have tons of money or space. Those are the
Mhm.
two. I mean, those are your two big constraints in action figure collecting.
Right.
Um, know what you want to collect. Try
Yeah.
to figure that out before you dive in because there's a lot of stuff out there. Um, from what's behind me, I am primarily a DC
Yep.
and Marvel action figure collector with
Right.
some variations. I have the GI Joes up here as well,
Mhm.
but know what you want to get into. Start with I want to collect the Justice League. Find
Mhm.
those
Yes.
figures. They're out there. They're not
Oh
even
yeah.
particularly hard to find. You can find those, and that start with don't just throw stuff at the wall, because if you go in with a kind of a mission and goal, it won't be how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You don't end up with this monstrosity behind me overnight. This is
Yeah.
years and years of collecting. I mean, and I don't come anywhere near like what Gary from Nerdotic has. That man has an
Oh
entire
no.
room
No.
that is
No.
just gorgeous. But again,
Yeah.
he owned a shop, so he had some access. But it's also
Yeah.
years and years of collecting.
Years.
So that's my advice. And I mean, and there's a couple of just the tips that we talked about earlier. You
Mhm.
know where the McFarlane site is, know where the Hasbro Pulse site is, so you know when the pre-sales come out. Because if you don't get them on pre-sale, you're going to be paying more than the sticker price, a lot
Oh
more than
yeah.
the sticker price.
Oh yeah.
Um, eBay is good for old stuff. Don't look for new
Yes.
things on eBay because you are always going to be paying
No.
more. So
Way more.
that's kind of my waiting in advice for you. Know when the pre-sales are happening and know what you want to buy.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
because those two things, like I said, you can say, well, I want to collect Marvel action figures. Okay, well that's a
That's
real big
that's a
window.
really
What do you want to get? I would go for, okay, let's start with the Avengers, and then you can spread out, and just even the Avengers, there's a lot of
right.
variants in there, but
Right.
that way you have assemble your team, and
Yeah.
then branch out. So
Agreed. Okay.
that's my
I
advice.
like it. All right. I guess to add to that, I would say don't stop having fun collecting because at the end of the day, they
Oh,
are toys, and this is supposed to be it's a fun pursuit. Don't let it be something that bogs you down or makes you stressed out. You don't have to have the action figure from the very first meeting of when Green Lantern actually turns into Parallax. You don't necessarily need to have that. It's cool to have it, but don't make it to the fact that you just have to have it, because at the end of the day, these action figures are only worth what we're willing to pay for them.
yes.
So never stop having fun with going to the action figures, getting action figures. And I know that I found the action figure I want when I'm excited to get it when it's in my hand. And I feel
Yeah.
like a kid again. I'm like, oh my God. And not only that, it's like, I can't wait to show Roma of the Empire and the rest of you guys these action figures. Like, oh my God, remember we were just talking about this 3 weeks ago? I actually have it. Um, or, alternatively, for the married man or the married woman, be willing to talk to the person you're with about your budget for these.
Very important.
Yes, because everyone knows the look of a man that has to return the action figure because he did not clear that purchase with his wife. It is it's the married walk of shame, and every man that's married knows it and sees it. We're not gonna say anything while you're there, but we're like, F's in
Ooh.
the chat. We got to pour one out for you, but we're gonna be like, yo, man, he didn't clear it with his wife. Serves him right on that one. So
Let me
always
let
be
me
willing
throw
to
one
discuss.
more on there,
Go ahead.
Ego. Um, there's two versions of this. If you're taking them out and displaying them, you're a collector. If you're keeping them in box, you're an investor. There's a
Yes.
difference.
No. Please know the
So and
difference.
know that difference. Know that
Yes.
difference.
Yes, please. Yeah, know why you're paying what you're paying for, because it's gonna be hard to explain spending $75 for an action figure you took out of the box if you didn't know that they had it cheaper. You know what I mean? Hold on one
Yes.
second. I'm gonna put this in. Hold on. Wife out for dinner. I'll say this for plastic things. If you gotta have it, you gotta have it. But yes, but if
Oh.
you have to have it, you definitely have to tell your wife that I'm taking you out for dinner and a movie, because that's the equal or lesser value of what you did spend on the action figure. So, I mean, the other thing that I've done is I've taken six figures a month. She was But man, you're gonna wind up on the shorts for the highlights of all this. Damn, man, nicely done, nicely done. But I think that one thing I had to do was take my wife to the comic conventions just so she can see, number one, the joy that it brings me, and the two, that I'm not the only one that spends like this. And compared to some of the people that you will meet here,
Yeah.
I am technically a responsible spender. I just spent my portion of the entertainment fund on action figures. And hey, honey, it's like I went to buy an action figure that I can display in my room. So I'm never really going to leave the room that you set out for me. So you know exactly where I am at all times. And I'm on camera, so no woman can say I wasn't where I was. See, now I have a corroborating witness. You know what I'm saying? I was like, women, you make it so much easier on us if you just buy the thing that keeps us in the house, because then we don't leave.
That's true.
Like, we're very easy. We're very easy to trap in that way. Okay. So, but I mean, yeah, as I say, oh no, it's like, sorry, honey, no dinner this week. I got a new toy. Man, if only I were so brave, it would be the streets for me, because I'd be kicked out of the house. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us on a Tuesday, and pretty much almost last minute because of scheduling issues. But guys, thank you so much for joining us in the chat, especially Bobby Wold for throwing out reasons to get us distracted. We both have ADD. We throw your comments in the chat, man. You need to join in more often when we do these streams. But before we go, Mr. Roman of the Empire, what do you have coming out this week, or even in the next week, or your plan for the month of March?
Okay, so this week coming up on Thursday, and
All right.
is The Last of Us episodes 4 through 7. So the show so far. And that's not going to be that's not going to be a forever show. It's probably going to be a couple hour show. And we're not going to be doing the deep dive movie thing. This is going to be our little group just chatting about these shows. That's going to be 5 Pacific Standard. I am out over the weekend, so I actually won't be on with PJ maybe on Saturday. Mrs. of the Empire and I are doing an overnight at one of the casinos and resort. So that should be
I missed the casino, man.
So I may make out, and I may have a lot more to buy action figures with, or it may go poorly. We'll see how this goes. So we're going to be doing an overnight this weekend. And
nice, man.
But on Tuesday, I will be on with Jacob Ironside talking about the Twilight Zone season 1, episodes 3 and 4, and that's usually, I think, around the 5:30 Pacific Standard window, but there'll be ads out for when that's coming. So, that's it.
Cool. Not bad. I'm looking forward to it.
And for down the road, the following Thursday, we are doing Alien and Aliens. That's going to be a deep dive show. So that one's going to be a lot of fun.
That's going to be at least 3 hours, man. There's so much to unpack.
It's going to be at least 3 hours.
So I look forward to hearing it, man. Please
know that it's
again. You want to throw out your socials as well for people to get in contact with you so they can stay updated on what you got going on?
I am Roman of the Empire on all the platforms. I'm on Instagram. I am on Facebook, Twitter. I think that's everything. I am very old, so just forget that. But if you look for Roman of the Empire, you will find me.
I got you. I'm going to put it in here. Channel, we got it right here. Sorry, guys. I'll give you YouTube because you people usually will find the rest of the links in there too. And I'm old adjacent, so
that's true. Yep, I got all the stuff.
I'm like, I'm just like, I think I put everything on YouTube. I think. If you guys ever get a chance to get a dot card, it's a great way for people that you're meeting in person. You just tap the card to their phone, and if they have an iPhone, and if it pulls it up, or you can use the barcode scanner, and it brings up all your socials too. So I mean, I rather use that. Yeah, it's like $20 too.
Fancy.
Yeah. It's cheap, and it's extremely cheap. $20. You can put everything on there, and you can add them.
Nice.
at any
Mighty Wolf's
time.
fun.
Yeah, and if you spend $50, you can get a custom one. So if you want to put your logo on there, you can do that too. But yeah, guys, I think that I'm gonna have my I know that I'm having the Heroes No Capes episode with Abomination AJ on Saturday morning, and my wife and I have just chose this topic for our Ordinary Games podcast on Sunday. We're going to be talking about participation trophies. Yes,
Ooh.
yes. My wife
Excellent.
is an athlete, and I am a mathlete. So we're going to be discussing, the I guess it's when worlds collide, athlete meets mathletes, participation trophies for all, and we're gonna have a discussion basically on that. But how ridiculous, man. but anyways, guys, that is how we're gonna end it. I guess we
Apparently
cannot
with
gotta go
that.
out on top. But anyway, we will check you guys later. All right, checking out, guys. This is for now. Ego and the Road with the Empire out.